Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how you can find your next football club without wasting your time. On my own footballing journey, I've recently signed a contract playing semi-professional football out here in Spain, playing in the 7th division of Spanish football. In today's video, I'm going to break down the process that I went on to find that club and also some mistakes that I made along the way that you should definitely avoid. I think this video will resonate a lot with you guys because I know how hard you work to prepare yourselves for that next step, but sometimes finding the opportunity can be quite difficult. So I think that if you pay attention to my process of finding a semi-professional football club out here in Spain, you can apply this knowledge to your own journey and make it far easier to find your next club. So as you guys know, last season I was playing for Alicante City under-23s, which is a paid opportunity. It was a great year for my development, but within my own footballing ability, I felt like I was ready to push on, to play with better players and to move past the 23s. There was no interest in me, however, from the first team manager, so what I did was just go to the Valencian League website, find all of the teams in the 6th and the 7th division of Spanish football who were in my area and just send cold emails. Off the back of that, only a few clubs managed to reply, but I did manage to go for a few trial training sessions. The first club I trained with were in the 7th division, and honestly, they were god awful. The first drill that we did was involving dribbling through this kind of circuit, passing the ball underneath some makeshift hurdles, which were basically just 2 cones and a metal stick put over them. The players would pass the ball through, it would hit into the cone, it would break down, the coach would scream at the players. It was an absolute shambles, and it's fair to say that I never went back there again. It was a poor start to me trying to find a club, but what I did do was go for a different trial, this time with the team in the 6th division. Now, this was a bit of a trek. I had to take a tram for an hour outside of Alicante to a small seaside town called La Villa Joyosa. I trained with this team on the Monday, on the Wednesday, and then I played 45 minutes with them on the Thursday in a friendly match during pre-season. I felt really good with this team, the guys were super welcoming, the environment was really family orientated, and it felt like there was a really good feeling within the club. I felt at home there. Only downside was that if I missed the last tram, which was only 10 minutes after we finished training, I would be stuck in this small little seaside town and I'd have nowhere to sleep. Luckily that never happened. And anyway, I played 45 minutes with that team in a friendly, playing in number 10. Number 10 isn't really my position, I'm more of a number 6 or a number 8, but I played quite well. I kept it very simple. I played in 1 and 2 touches, just linking up with my teammates and making intelligent runs to support my striker as well. At halftime, the coach made a number of substitutions, as happens during pre-season matches, and I stepped off the pitch. The players were saying that I played well, the assistant coaches seemed pretty happy with me, and I got a really good feeling from that club. I left that match and went back to Alicante absolutely pumped, excited to play in a higher division, excited to play in a team where I felt like I was going to be able to develop, push on and grow. But the next day, I get a text from the coach and he says that his squad is too big and he doesn't have space for me in the team. I couldn't really be annoyed, to be honest, because I'm not a number 10, but I was probably disappointed because I really enjoyed the environment and I really liked the team. The difficult thing is the team already had 4 deeper lying central midfielders and they played a 4-2-3-1, meaning that there was enough squad depth in the position that I would be able to bring some quality into already with players who played from the previous season. I think this is one of the most frustrating parts about going for trials with new teams. You never really know if you're wasting your time and if the team already has a lot of cover in the position. It doesn't mean anything about your quality as an individual player, it's just about what the team needs. If I'm a coach and I already have 4 players to fill 2 spots in my team and they've played with me from the season before, they understand my methods, they understand the style of play, then why would I bring someone else new in, unless they are a different level? Even though I can understand it from the coach's perspective, it doesn't make it any less frustrating as a player. But this is a great opportunity to tell you about a company that I've been working with for the past few months called BLRBOX. BLRBOX is a platform that connects players just like you and me to loads of coaches and clubs from around the world. On the website, the clubs post job offerings saying the specific positions that they're looking for players in and saying whether they can financially support those players as well. For example, this club in the 2nd division of Australian football is specifically looking for a striker right now, and they're able to pay that player 500 euros a month and also provide them with housing. I think the benefit of this kind of platform is that you know exactly what clubs are looking for from a player's perspective. You know whether the club is going to pay you what you deserve, and you also know if the club is looking for a player in your position. If I knew that the club that I trialed for in the 6th division out here already had lots of midfielders, I probably wouldn't have wasted my time trying to trial for that team, and I would have looked to pursue other opportunities. So I'll put the link to the BLRBOX website in the description down below, and you guys can check it out for yourselves. Anyway, back to the video. After that rejection from that coach, I was feeling pretty down, to be honest. A lot of Doubts, fears, and insecurities about my football journey were floating around my mind. I was questioning a little bit, is this worth it? Am I gonna even find a club? Even though I've moved out here to Spain now and I've got an apartment and everything, what's the point of all of this? But after spending a couple of days going around with these thoughts in my head, I realized I was doing myself no good. So I reached out to some of my friends, some of my contacts out here in Alicante, and asked them if they knew of any teams that were needing some players. A friend of mine knew a 7th division team that were looking for midfielders, and I went along to the training session, played well, and I really liked the environment. It's a lot of guys from North Africa, from Algeria, from Morocco. Everyone speaks Spanish there, but the environment is super welcoming and super warm. I think feeling like you're at home in a club is really important, as that allows you to express yourself and it allows you to play your best football. We actually played our first match of the season yesterday. Unfortunately, they don't film their matches, so I don't have any match footage to bring you guys, but we lost 2-0. The coach put me number 10. Again, I thought that I should have been playing number 6, number 8, because we had nothing when we were playing out of the back, but it's a new club. I'm just trying to be a little bit more accepting of things and understand that I can't come in and dictate how we're going to play and where I want to play. That being said, I'm definitely going to have a conversation with the coach in the upcoming week, just to explain to him my perspective and the way that I think I can bring my own quality to this team to help us to play the style of football that he wants. This journey can be frustrating at times, guys, but I think the people who are really successful both in football and also in life are the people who find a way to push through those tough times. The people who, when staring in the face of failure, find a way to overcome whatever is in front of them. Remember, guys, always find a way.